Throw a solid metal sphere against a hard wall, and it bounces back as a single localized object. Drop a stone into a pool of water, and it creates a continuous rippling wave that intersects and interferes with itself. 19th century physics was built on this division. Matter consisted of discrete particles, and energy propagated as continuous waves. In the quantum realm, this dichotomy disappears. In a modern double-slit experiment, a single electron is fired at a barrier with two openings. It hits the detector screen as a single, discrete dot. As thousands of these dots accumulate, they form alternating high and low density bands, the signature of wave interference. The universe operates on rules that merge these two states. By following the empirical data, we can derive the mathematical bridge that connects particles and waves. The transition away from classical physics began with the study of light hitting a metal surface. Classical theory describes light as a continuous wave. A high-intensity wave should eventually transfer enough energy to knock electrons free. Experimental data showed that below a specific threshold frequency, 0 electrons are emitted. Einstein solved this in 1905, proposing light acts as discrete energy packets, photons, quantified by E equals h nu. At sufficient frequencies, they instantly eject electrons. This proves that light possesses a measurable particle nature, existing as discrete units of energy. In 1924, Louis de Broglie hypothesized the inverse. If light behaves like matter, then matter must possess a wave nature. He proposed the de Broglie relation, lambda equals h over p, which connects a wave's wavelength to a particle's momentum, using Planck's constant. In 1927, Clinton Davison and Lester Germer fired an electron beam at a nickel crystal, using a movable detector to measure scalar-Carter pulse. Instead of random bouncing, the detector recorded a massive intensity peak at 54 volts and 50 degrees. Researchers used the atomic spacing of the crystal in Bragg's law to measure the electron's wavelength at 0.165 nanometers. It matched de Broglie's mathematical prediction. Electrons undergo physical diffraction. Solid matter exhibits an innate wave-like nature. This phenomenon applies to large-scale objects, including C60 buckyball molecules consisting of 60 carbon atoms. This diagram maps the relationship between the two slits and the resulting interference pattern. On the far right, the enlarged screen shows that while individual particles hit at specific points, their collective distribution follows a continuous wave intensity curve. This raises the question of how a single, localized molecule navigates through two slits to interfere with itself. The interference is generated by a probability wave. Max Born provided the statistical interpretation of the Schrödinger equation. The wave function dictates the likelihood of finding the particle in a specific location. The matter wave represents a deterministic propagating wave of probability. A new tension arises when placing a detector at the slits to observe the particle's path. When observed, the interference pattern vanishes, the probability wave disappears, and the particles travel in straight lines, forming two classical lumps on the screen. This is wave function collapse. The act of observation forces the probabilistic wave into a single localized particle state. Niels Bohr's complementarity principle states that wave and particle behaviors are mutually exclusive. The nature observed is determined by the design of the measurement apparatus. The measurement apparatus determines which characteristic of the quantum system is observed. The de Broglie equation serves as the mathematical bridge between continuous waves and discrete particles. Under the Copenhagen interpretation, wave-particle duality describes the limits of how we can observe a quantum object. Before any measurement is made, a quantum system evolves through the dark emptiness of space as a continuous, shifting probability wave. When it interacts with its environment, a screen, a detector, or an observer, that probability wave localizes into a singular point. Because measurement triggers this localization, we only ever interact with particles in their collapsed state. The universe is a unified quantum reality. Our experience of a stable classical world is the result of how constant environmental interactions localize these underlying probability waves into the discrete matter we perceive.